Have you been wanting to connect with your spirit guides? Or you're quite aware that there's somebody around you, and you would probably call them a guardian angel, and you feel like you want to connect with them? If that's the case, I'm here today to introduce you to Miss Cheryl Murphy. My name is Liz Garcia. Cheryl and I work together in other areas of life, but I'm here to introduce you to Cheryl, and we're speaking about the topic of connecting with spirit guides and guardian angels and getting spiritual guidance from like a higher source. You might consider it, greater, what would you call it, the highest good. Have someone overlooking your highest good and say, okay.
Our guides and angels and guardian angels are with us, and along with our ascended masters. And when we come into this life, they come in to help us. Some guides stay with us for our whole life, and some of them drop in and they're with us for whatever obstacle we're overcoming or for whatever lesson we need to learn. And then they exit, and maybe another one may step in.
And do they come of our asking as well, or how does it work?
Yeah, that's a great question. They come in with we know our guides from before. We come into this world knowing that they're going to be helping us because they ask to help us and we ask for their help. So it's a mutual agreement that we are coming into this life to learn certain lessons, and they're coming in to support us and help guide us and protect us. And usually people have a guardian angel, and usually people have 2 to 3 guides on average. A lot of people have many more, and some of them, you just pick up 1 or 2 at a time.
And what would be the difference between a guardian angel or a spirit guide?
Well, a guardian angel is usually someone is with you your whole lifetime. That's kind of like your right arm or your right hand. They're by your side, supporting you, protecting you, and helping you through any of life's challenges. Your spirit guides usually step in to help guide you to the right choices in life, or the better choices in life that are for your highest
good. There's no right or wrong.
There is no right or wrong.
No.
It's whatever's for our highest good and our highest learning.
Yeah, regardless of how we might perceive it in our linear way.
And you'll find angels, I hear stories, and you may have heard them too, where an angel came before me and helped me with this one situation, and then I turned around and they were gone. Or you've had those experiences? I have that
exact story. We'll tell it in just a second. But now, is there someone could be our guardian angel, but they're not necessarily of the angelic realm, would you say? I mean, is there a difference there too, like different vibrational types of guides?
I do feel
this may sound a little weird.
Yeah,
but
it does. Our angels that come down from heaven, so to speak, have never really walked the plains of the earth. Our spirit guides or our guides could even be our loved ones who have passed over, and they come back to help us and guide us. So spirit guides could be someone who has lived before on earth, or a relative of ours, for example.
But angels not necessarily.
Not so much. Their specific evolution is for coming on this plane to help us, and if they have to manifest, it is for a brief period of time to help deliver our lesson and to help us learn, and then they exit. So they can manifest in physical form, but they choose not to.
Okay, I think I've had 2 experiences of that being true, but we'll get to that in a second. So when people come to you in this regard, what is their general feeling? Are they kind of like uneasy about even asking about it? Do they think it's weird? Or they're like, I know there's someone present.
Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of my questions are, how do I connect to my guides? And a lot of people have just heard the term and they've learned about guides, but they don't know how to connect to them. And other people ask me, Cheryl, this name keeps going off in my head, like Gabrielle, and I don't know who it is. And I'm like, oh my God, that's your guide,
Yeah.
Or I'll tell them the name first, and they'll say, oh my God, I've thought of that name my whole life. Or I wanted to be named that when I was a child. And it's like, well, that's because that name is so close to you because of that vibration.
That's interesting. My whole life, I had something to do with the name Michael.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like my whole life.
Yeah.
And then I ended up, I had a confirmation name I had to choose, and I chose Christine. And I'm like,
Very nice. Way to go. Confirmation for Christine is certainly a guide for you, and I would imagine that she's an angel guide for you because of her energy is such a high vibration if you feel that. And Michael, of course, we know Archangel Michael is for strength and protection.
I found that after the fact.
Yeah,
It's like
it's amazing.
when I first went to somebody after this, thing I went through.
Yeah.
They're like,
Neat.
Archangel Michael is all around you. And the
Jeez.
first woman I went to see had pictures of angels all over the room, and I thought it was creepy.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, Archangel Michael is all around you. I'm like, well, thank God somebody is.
Really?
But anyway, that was
Good for you.
interesting.
Good for you.
So today we're here to introduce you to Cheryl. So if you have this, burning desire to understand better what you're feeling around you or what you're hearing, there could be help, that you're paying attention to, but maybe you need a little more help as to why they're here or whatever. So we're going to do a little mini reading with me, so you can see what a reading might be like for you. And all I know is when I go to see people like Cheryl, and I don't know if it's still the case now because it's been several years since I heard this comment, but I walked in to see this healer guy, and his first things out of his mouth is like, Liz, you bring in quite the entourage.
Definitely, definitely. That's good to hear.
Okay.
Because I feel, because as we're speaking, for energy, when I imagine Liz and how many angels or guides or guardian angels you have, I mean, this room is filling up. It's like they're all coming in here. It's like elbow to elbow with.
It's like a Michael
angels.
Jackson concert.
It is. It is, and I feel that they travel with you, though, Liz. They feel like they travel with you. They travel with you in your car. I feel like you were in a major accident at one time in your vehicle, and that they came in to protect you during that healing.
Oh, there was a really near fatal accident. They're like, I don't know how I got through it, but
It's amazing.
yeah.
Really.
So we're coming home from the Cape, bumper to bumper traffic. And I'm in this little VW Bug with my good friend from high school. We were only in college at the time. And I had to come to a very quick stop. Lost the brakes. Had to maneuver to get, I don't know how we did it, but I'm like, I didn't believe in guardian angels or anything like that at the time, but all I knew was like, oh my God, how do we get away from that?
How did you avoid that?
No
with no
kidding.
brakes.
No kidding. No
traffic
brakes.
with no brakes.
And we were going fast too, and the whole stream of traffic was going fast. And
Oh
I'm like,
my.
so that was probably a little guardian angel working over the
Totally,
two of us.
that's the amount of angelic protection that we do have. I mean, we have guides, we have guardian angels, we have spirit guides. We have all of our loved ones are helping protect us from any harm or any danger that may come to us, and that sounds like a perfect example of being protected.
Yeah. Thank God.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have left when I was 19.
No.
I would have reincarnated already, which is giving away how much I might be, but there's, the time, pace, space continuum doesn't matter. Okay. So I have two cool stories.
Yeah, what was that other story you mentioned earlier about?
Well, there's one, I ended up in an emergency room hospital with what other doctors would assume was a mental breakdown of sorts. And certainly there were elements of that because of what was going on. But I was aware of the presence of dark energies around me, which was super frightening. So that night, they put me up, and they actually put someone stand guard at my door because they thought I'd kill myself. I'm like, what? I don't think so. But I knew, I'm like, and the people standing guard looked like they were afraid of me. I'm like, you're afraid of me? What are you talking about? You shouldn't be afraid of me. But I was frightened at the time for sure. So the nurse tried to give me a sedative to go to sleep, and I was experiencing paranoia at the time, and like, I felt that pill is poisoned or defective in some way, and it's going to kill me. I didn't want to take it. And she really wanted me to take it. I'm like, I'm not taking it because I'm going to die. I don't want to die. I can't wake up. I cannot die tonight. And then my parents wake up tomorrow morning and find I have died for no good. No, how did she die? We don't know. She's dead. So anyway, I finally said, F it. I'll take the pill. Because I was afraid. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be afraid. If I'm going to die tonight, I'm going to die tonight. I took the pill and I went to sleep. And I woke up the next morning and I felt like I had died. Because I'm lying there, I see the body, I'm afraid to look to see if I'm still breathing or not. Is my pulse there? I didn't want to know because I felt so dissociated from the body. I felt completely alone in the universe. No one could hear me, see me. It was sheer terror, what I was experiencing. And then a nurse walks into the room, and she comes up to my bed, and she does this, the sign of the cross on my head. And I'm not, super religious or anything. I was brought up, Catholic. But the second she did that, I came back into the body. I was alive. I was breathing. I was like, oh my God, I'm not dead. And I knew that woman, I wasn't fully clear because, I was drugged and stuff was going on. But I knew at a soul level, she knew what she was doing. No one else in that hospital knew that. And I'm like, after that time, I wasn't thinking completely clearly. I never saw her again.
Right. That's amazing. It's amazing. Never saw her again.
Never saw her again. And when I went to see other spiritual types like you after the fact, because I needed help with all of this that was happening.
Right, to assimilate all of it.
Yeah. Two separate people, without me prompting them at all, immediately said, she was a man, she came into the body to help you.
Yeah. And that's what we call an angel on earth, when they come in for a specific reason to help guide us or direct us or heal us to bring us back into our body, because it felt like, Liz, you weren't back in your body and you were observing yourself from, like you said, a disassociative place. So
it was scary. So
very scary.
That, and now it's kind of matter of fact that angels or loving, beings can absolutely incarnate for an instant to do what needs to be done.
Wow, it's true. Yeah, and we hear so many stories about it, and everyone, a lot of people have examples. So if you hear them, just be open to hearing that, because it is true. And they can't. Why can't? Why not? Why can't?
It's
why
like nothing. It's like, I'm
going
to go make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. No big deal.
Yeah.
Like, she knew. She's in a state right now. We really need to step in. This is beyond. She's going to be in a nut house otherwise.
Right. Because she knew that your soul and your spirit were asking for that exactly.
Oh, yeah. Because the soul has to be a part of that program too.
Yeah, you have to be in agreement. It has to be a mutual agreement for them to come forward and help you. But somewhere in your, unconscious or subconscious, you knew that. They knew, of course, that that's what was for your highest good.
Yeah. So I have another, miracles, whatever you want to call it. That was pretty.
Yeah, it is a miracle.
Huge.
That was huge.
Yeah. So a couple years ago, my mother passed, and as she's passing, I started to feel her. I felt myself going with her. So I was again, the body, leaving the body seemingly, and people that I saw said, "You're not grounded." I'm like, what's grounded? And when I'm not, I know I'm not, because it's pretty scary. So during this period before my mother had passed, she passed maybe 3 weeks after this. I was going through again difficult energetic stuff going on around me, because I'm having higher states of consciousness, and the opposite it coming, like a pendulum. Really high states of awareness, oneness, connectiveness to life, and then meeting the darkest stuff you don't want to ever even know exists. So I needed help during this time.
I know. You feel like you were really wide open.
Oh my God, you don't want to be that wide open.
Yeah, you don't want to be that way.
So I have a friend that I go to when I go through this, because she doesn't think I'm going nuts, but she understands that I need something. So the night I went to stay with her, I could feel the presence of Mother Teresa energy. I don't know how you just know, oh, whoa, Mother Teresa's here. Immensely healing.
It's incredible.
Loving, angelic presence in that room. And you know it, you don't have to know. How do you know? And it's like, you just know it when it's present. You're like, this is angelic energy here.
It feels like a magnificence, was in the room. Something much greater than ourselves and much bigger than us that came forward to reconnect you to your body, to this earth, to to the sanity, maybe to the peace that is within you that was somehow just not of revealing itself.
Yeah. So I wanted to share this story because of this magnificence that does exist, and it is there for you when you
That's a great
need
term, yeah. To just call it the magnificence that it does exist.
It does. If you are lost and
Yeah.
wondering, it exists for sure.
Because it doesn't have to have a name.
No.
We call them by name and we call them angels and guides, but sometimes they're just a feeling. The feeling of the presence of something holy and sacred is taking place. And then we get the feeling, we identify that's the Mother Teresa energy.
Yeah. And it's
or
not
Saint
necessarily
Teresa.
her. It's
Yeah.
just that lovingness and compassion exists as a vibration among many beings that we don't see necessarily.
Right.
That
Yeah.
aren't
Thank you.
in physicality.
Yeah. Great way to explain that.
Yeah.
So wow, that's amazing. And that's just a perfect example of angels on earth and guides that come forward to help us. And we do have guardian angels that are rooting for us and cheering us on. And we have funny guides, as Liz knows. I picked up one of her guides before, a funny one, a clown energy.
Because I asked her, who's Hillary? Why do I keep hearing Hillary? I'm like, who's Hillary?
Yeah, and Hillary is a guide, and we try to keep it light. God and the spirit world, they try to keep things light and fun. And Hillary's a perfect example. She's a clown. She has a clown energy type to her.
Yeah.
And so anything that Liz is doing through the day or working on, I feel that Hillary has an impact around that, and that Hillary makes like everyday chores, make them fun and put a twist or a kink in that for you.
Cool.
Just to add some color and splash to your life. Yeah.
So, we've talked enough about, I've told you some pretty interesting stories that are quite unique and true for that matter. So I'm going to ask Cheryl to see if there's any, ascended masters or higher consciousness that would like to participate to give me a message today. And this is something that you can ask someone like Cheryl as well. So let's see if anyone wants to step forward and...
I picked up an archangel for you, Liz, and his name is Archangel Gabriel, but you also have another guide with you named Sandalphon. And Sandalphon
I like that name.
He's a very nice, sweet, innocent, pure, of course, energy. It's Sandelphon. I think you can look him up. But what he is bringing to you is love. I feel like he's bringing love and romance into your life and bringing gifts of love and romance into your life.
Interesting.
Yeah, so Gabriel is here to help. And Gabriel's only been with you for a short time, and I feel like he's going to be with you for a short time, meaning 3 to 6 months. But he's here to help your business really continue to grow and give it that kickstart or that rejuvenating feeling that it needs to step into the next chapter of your career. And Sandalphon tells me that he's here to bring you love in your life. He's like, Liz is ready. She wants new things in her life, and she's opening herself up by. I know you surround yourself with affirmations throughout the day, or every morning when you wake up, you may say an affirmation about thank you, my angels and guides, for reminding me that you're right next to me and that you're going to be with me throughout the day. But he recognizes that, because when we send out gratitude, we receive.
Oh, nice.
We receive
good that
loving
they're
things
getting
in
that.
return. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Nice.
So
I'm all for my non-physical friends, which I would have never believed in many moons ago. But when they show up knocking on your door saying, "Hey, are you listening?"
So
yes.
Just be aware of Sandalphon coming in.
I like that name.
Yeah, it's a very nice energy, really light, masculine, but very sensitive.
Cool.
Very
nice,
very high.
Balanced as we are all turning.
Yes,
to be,
we're
right?
all becoming more balanced.
Cool.
Yeah.
So if you would like to connect with your guardian angel, spirit guides, loved ones that have passed, I highly recommend Miss Cheryl Murphy. She's a truly gifted angelic wonder in this planet. So
thanks, Liz.
Love her and would recommend her to all of my friends, and I have. Thank you. Check out her website and give her a call. Thanks for joining us.